So last week I introduced a better strategy when it comes to learning to sing, which is once you understand and once you can execute with clean, correct technique, most of the progress comes from winning this tug of war of reinforcing the correct technique enough and also unlearning some of the bad. Now today I've got an actual lesson with one of my voice students to really show this process at work, and I run him through how to build a routine that basically just reinforces correct technique again and again and again, but also simultaneously allowing those bad habits to die off. Now real quick before we dive in, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivan. I'm a voice teacher who works with students from all around the world over Zoom, and really on this channel my goal is to make learning how to sing as simple and as easy as possible. So if that is up your lane, consider subscribing wherever you're joining me from. If you're interested in improving your voice with less of the headaches, I do have some links down in the description below on how you can work with me privately, and also some self-study programs that you can work through at your own pace. Last but not least, if you have any questions, if you have any topics you want me to talk about next, let me know once again down in the comments below. Anyway, let's dive into the first step, which is let's identify where these bad habits even kick in. Let's jump in. Just finding a nice stretch with easy connection. However you're starting off those easy wins.
Yep.
Good. So as you can see, these are generally quite nice. He's able to kind of get through most of his range and the technique there is fairly clean. But there are these few moments, especially when he gets higher, that there are these extra habits that kind of kick in, a bit more air, a bit more push, right? A bit more volume in order to get to the note. So from here, I introduce how do we make his practice better. Idea here, right, is, you know how we have easy wins and then we have challenges, right? Right now, it's less like you're like, oh, I don't know what technique is. Really, it's just like a habit building in the sense of like drilling in the right ones again, and again. And then simultaneously getting rid of the old habits, because that's what causes those little moments where we panic a bit or kind of fight a tiny bit. It's because there's this kind of constant tug of war. But knowing this, you can kind of think of like this, right? If I can kind of practice in a way that never reinforces the bad habits or like very little, that's going to be the better way forward, because basically each day you're only kind of drilling in good reps and there isn't enough of the bad reps to set it back. Whereas, for example, say if, let's say in total like 15 minutes, half of it is like kind of like you're fighting a bit against a bit of kind of pull, a bit of resistance. The other half is perfect. On a net kind of lens, it's still not making you move forward as fast as you could, if that makes sense. Right. Yeah. So what probably is better is, say, for example, we spend maybe 2/3 of our time really just drilling in something that is like, you know, it's correct, it's perfect, like generally just really clean stretch. And then that remaining third of time, yes, you go branch out to things that are slightly harder.
Yep.
But kind of like, yeah, it kind of feels like a warm up, but it's really just like drilling in the right muscle memory. When you go to like the third part, you might notice things are just easier. You just have a high chance of it working, but it's because you really iron out. Say that again.
Did you say third part when you go to the third part?
When you go to the last third of your practice time, I mean.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so if you're spending 2/3 drilling in things that you can already do, the last third I'll kind of branch out, but you'll notice you'll have a high chance of it succeeding because you just really pulled in that idea of like perfect stretch, perfect release every single time. So I want to kind of explore that today. It's just generally like,
is that an example of what we just did then? Is that an example of like, that's what I should be doing 2/3 of the time, that sort of thing?
Well, that's what I was asking, because it did pinch on those higher ones, but I think generally I'm like, because I don't know how well it responds outside of the lesson, but like if you can just generally get there within the first couple of tries and you can just live there, then this would be the one that you spend 2/3 of your time on. Okay, so now that I've explained the concept, it is now time to put it to the test. Let's see what sort of exercise, what sort of context that allows him to live in clean, pure technique. And this is going to be the exercise that he runs through for the first 2/3 or at least half of his practice time. I'm actually going to set a timer. So let's just imagine this is a 15-minute routine.
Yep.
I'm just going to take you up and down in this kind of context, just the mums, and then just you're finding that same feeling each time.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of go to the challenge exercise and let's just see if it's easier, harder, or the same.
Okay. Yeah, it might come apart after 15. Normally it gets like fatigue.
Yep, same thing. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, this is very comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. No more volume. Yes, that. No more volume. Yes, there you go. Good. Good. Would you live here? Yep, we can. Cool. So I wouldn't even go here. So if that's kind of fighting a tiny bit, I'm just going to go back down now. Yeah, if you back off even more, does it make it easier?
I think maybe not, but
Yeah, even if it goes falsetto.
Okay. It'll do that.
Yeah.
It'll go. It won't like.
That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, that, I like that. Switch to no.
No.
Yes.
No. I feel like for the last minute, all those ones above like the F and G, they're all like, they don't have the same weight of chest, or like
That's
they don't
fine.
have the
Like,
same connection.
Yeah, so that's fine, but the reason why I'm going here is when you're trying to keep a connection, we're still fighting a tiny bit. So I want to test it here where if we just really just let the voice just stretch and do its thing first, even if it doesn't maintain the connection, I want to see if that gives you a better rep for the last third. So you're right in the sense where you're not connecting as much, but I want to see if it makes it easier when we do connect in a second.
Okay.
Yep.
Was it no? Or
Yep.
mum? No.
Yeah. You still want to keep it smooth. So if the top part has to be a bit lighter, start a bit lighter. Right?
Okay.
At least that will be a bit more smooth throughout.
Yep. No, 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 no.
Because I like how this one has no fight. There's no resistance once we get here.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Good and nay.
Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay.
Good.
Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay.
Good.
Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay.
Back to the mums.
Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom.
Yeah.
Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom.
Back to your nose.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Yeah, and just like even though it's going to light on top, as long as there's that one fluid motion,
Yeah.
that's a great place for us to be. Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Clean.
No, 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 no. It's weird doing this. I've never like done it, try to get this fluid motion, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's also getting me into this like kind of zone where if I put a little bit more pressure, like there are some moments where it is a bit more connected, which is interesting.
And it'll still work, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So this is great. There was a lot of back and forth, but we eventually found a context in which he was able to find clean technique, especially near at the end where there's that smooth kind of stretching. Notice how he mentions near the end, oh, I was in this zone where I could just add a bit more pressure and there will be a bit more connection and it would still work. This is a sign that those bad habits aren't there. They're not really fighting him anymore. And it gives the space for the correct technique to reinforce again and again and again. Now let's see what happens when we do challenge him to a slightly harder context where we'll add a bit more connection, a bit more pressure to the sound, and listen out for the ones that I call clean. Cool. Okay, so that's 10 minutes, right? So now let's go to let's go for 5 minutes. Now just bring in a speaking connection, bottom up on a mum.
Okay. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum.
Clean.
Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum.
Clean.
Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum.
Good.
Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Hold on. Pushed a bit there.
Yeah.
Mum, 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 mum.
Good.
Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom.
Yeah, good.
Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom.
Yeah, go back to the light one for a moment.
Yep. Mom, 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 mom.
Yeah, good again.
Mom, 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 mom.
Yeah, again.
Mom, 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 mom.
Yeah, feel that emotion. That's pretty clean. Normal.
Mom, 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 mom.
Now add weight, but it has that same feeling.
Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. I can try again.
You try again, yeah?
Mom, 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 mom.
It's close. Notice when we challenge a harder context, immediately the hit rate is a lot lower. Notice how there's already a bit more fight, a bit more resistance in that kind of smooth transition that we established a lot earlier. This is normal. When we challenge a harder context, you'll notice you're just going to have a lower hit rate because the correct technique might not be strong enough, but there's also these bad habits that can come in and just make the process even harder. But because this is really only taking up a third of our practice session, what this does is it limits that exposure. And so if you look at this whole routine in a whole, we are still spending most of our time reinforcing clean, correct technique, so that day in and day out, week in, week out, you start to shift that process more towards clean technique again and again and again. And even though my student didn't quite get it as clean as he could in this particular session, in a week, in 2 weeks, all of a sudden this challenge exercise will eventually become the exercise where you can just live in for correct technique. Now, the last bit that I do need to clarify is some of you listening might just be thinking, oh, isn't he just warming up his voice, right? Doesn't the voice just take time in order for it to work? But here's why it's not exactly the same. It's not exactly like warming up, right? Warming up would, in like the way you were kind of warming up before, would infer like, oh, my voice is kind of just not ready, and I can kind of just beat it until it's ready.
Yeah.
But then that's not the focus. Really, it's more like, where can I start where the voice is already correct? And then if it's correct, then I build from there, because that way I never put in these bad reps, because those bad reps are kind of basically fighting against you each time as well. Anyway, I hope you found this episode useful. If you did, please leave this video a like or just share this with a friend or family. If you're listening on the podcast, leaving a 5-star review also really helps this channel grow, and I really, really appreciate that. If you're interested in improving your voice with less of the headaches, once again, I've got some links down in the description on how you can work with me privately. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher, and I'll see you next week. Take care.